I knew something changed when Mark stopped asking about my day. At first, I thought he was just tired. Everyone has busy weeks, right? But 1 week became 2 weeks. Then a whole month passed. The silence between us became normal. We still lived in the same house. We still ate dinner at the same table. But I felt like a stranger sitting across from him. He ate his food, looked at his phone, and said almost nothing. Sometimes he asked if we needed milk. That was all. I used to talk to him about everything: my work, my family, even small things I saw on the street. He used to laugh with me and listen. Sometimes he held my hand across the table. I missed that hand. I missed his eyes looking into mine, not through me. I remembered the last time he looked at me the way he used to. It was months ago on a Sunday morning. I burned the toast and the fire alarm went off. I laughed. He laughed too. He kissed my cheek and called me a disaster. That was the last kiss I remembered. Since then, things changed. He still came home every night. He didn't leave. He didn't cheat, but I felt more alone than if he had walked out the door. I tried to fix things. I planned a special dinner. I made his favorite food and lit candles. He came home late that day. He said he had a meeting. He ate the food in silence and went to bed early. He didn't say it was nice. He didn't even ask why I looked so dressed up. The next morning, I sat at the kitchen table. I watched the sunlight move across the floor. I felt like crying, but the tears didn't come. It was not sadness. It was something colder. It was emptiness. I felt invisible. At work, I smiled at people. I talked with them and sent cheerful emails. But when I got home, the smile disappeared. I walked into a house where my voice no longer reached him. One evening, I came home early. His car was in the driveway. I walked in and heard the television. Mark was sitting on the sofa laughing. Not with me. He was laughing at a show I never watched with him. "Hey," I said, standing near the door. He looked up. Hey, that was it. One word I wanted to ask him. Do you still see me? Do you still love me? But I didn't. I hung my coat and sat on the other end of the sofa. There was space between us. Not just on the sofa. In everything. One Friday night, I wore a blue dress. It used to be his favorite. He once said it made my eyes beautiful. That night, he didn't even look up. "How was work?" I asked. "Busy," he said. "And your meeting with the new client?" It was fine. I turned toward him. "Mark, are you okay?" He gave a small smile. "Yeah, just tired." That word again, tired. It became the wall between us. The reason for not talking, not touching, not feeling. I asked him if he wanted to go for a walk on Sunday, like we used to. "Maybe next time," he said. But there was never a next time. One night I sat in the bedroom alone. Mark was downstairs watching something. I thought about our early days. The jokes, the kisses, the long drives. We used to dream about the future. Now we couldn't even talk about dinner. I asked myself, what happened to us? There was no big fight, No cheating, no screaming, just silence. Love turned into routine. Eyes that once looked for mine now looked past me. That night, Mark came upstairs. He said goodnight and laid down with his back to me. No kiss, no touch. Just silence. The next day, I called my sister Emily. She lived in another city. I hadn't told her how things were, but that day I needed someone to hear me. "Hey, what's up?" she answered. "Hey, just wanted to say hi." But she knew something was wrong. "Anna, what's wrong?" I told her everything. How I felt alone in my own house. How his eyes no longer looked into mine. How I missed being loved. Emily listened. When I finished, she said something simple. "You deserve more than to be a shadow in your own life." That sentence stayed with me all week. The days passed slowly. I thought about Emily's words while cooking, while sitting next to Mark on the sofa as he looked at his screen. It was Saturday morning when something inside me changed. Mark left for the gym. I stood in the kitchen with my coffee. I felt so small in that house. I opened a drawer and pulled out old photos, pictures from our early years, beach days, birthdays, a road trip. There was one photo of us on a hilltop. We looked happy, full of life. "Where did we go?" I whispered. That afternoon I did something I hadn't done in a long time. I put on makeup and a simple dress. I walked to the park near our house. I sat on a bench and watched people. An old man walked his dog. Kids played football. A young couple shared food. No one looked at me, but it was okay. I was there and I felt real. When I came home, Mark was in the kitchen. "You went out?" he asked, surprised. "Yes," I said. "Just to the park." He nodded. "That's nice." I waited for more, but it didn't come. That night, I made my decision. I wasn't going to beg him to see me. I was going to find my voice again, with or without him. The next day, I called Emily. "I'm coming to visit next weekend." I told Mark 2 days before. Emily invited me over for the weekend. He didn't look up. "When?" "Friday to Sunday." "Okay, no questions." "No, I'll miss you." Just a nod. The day I left, I stood by the door with my bag. Mark was on the sofa. "I'm leaving," I said. "Have a good time," he said. I waited for something more, but it didn't come. So I opened the door and walked away. The weekend with Emily was beautiful. We cooked together, laughed, and watched movies. She listened to me like it mattered. "You don't have to stay stuck," she said. "Even if he's not hurting you, he's also not holding you." That night, I slept better than I had in months. On Saturday, we walked around the city. Emily showed me small shops and a cozy cafe. "I feel more myself here than at home," I said. "Maybe because here you're not invisible," Emily said. She asked me, "Do you still love him?" I thought about it. I love the memory of us. But I don't love the man who looks away every time I speak. When I got back home Sunday night, the silence felt heavier. "Good trip?" Mark asked. It was. That was our longest talk all evening. In the days that followed, I noticed things more clearly. How we passed each other like ghosts, how our meals were eaten side by side, not together. One evening I asked, "Do you think we're okay?" He paused. "What do you mean? Do you still feel close to me?" "We're fine, aren't we?" He said. I nodded, but we weren't, and I think he knew that too. That week, I started spending more time outside. I joined a book group. I went on walks. I called old friends. I did things without asking Mark first because he had stopped asking me anything. Then one Sunday morning, something unexpected happened. Mark came into the kitchen. "Are you going out today?" "Yes, there's a market I want to see." He stood there for a moment. "Do you want company?" I looked at him, surprised. "You want to come?" He nodded. We walked together. At first, it was quiet. Then we started talking. He asked about the market. I asked about his work. For a moment, it felt like the old us. We stopped at a booth selling scarves. I picked up a soft grey one. "You should get it," he said. "It matches your coat." "You remember my coat?" I smiled. "I remember everything," he said. That evening, he turned off the TV and sat next to me. "I've been distant," he said quietly. "I don't know why. Work stress. I don't have a good excuse. I felt invisible," I said. For a long time, he turned toward me. "I'm sorry, it was the first real apology in months. It didn't fix everything, but it was something. I'm not asking for everything to go back," I said. "I just want to feel seen. I want us to feel like a team again." "I want that too," he said. We sat there for a while. No TV, no phones, just us. It would take time. Maybe it was too late. But in that moment, I felt seen. At last. The days after moved forward slowly. Mark tried, I tried too, but there was no quick return to what we had been. When something fades, it doesn't come back with one kind word. It needs time and trust. The morning after he apologized, he made breakfast. "I thought I'd start the day right," he said. It was simple, but it made me pause. He had thought about me before the day began. "I talked to a friend at work yesterday," he said. "He asked how you were." "You talk about me?" I asked. "I used to talk about you all the time. Then I stopped. But I want to start again. We were not trying to fix each other. We were trying to notice each other again. Some days were harder than others." But now, when I spoke, he listened. His eyes stayed on me. One Saturday, we went to the art museum. We hadn't been in 2 years. I stopped in front of a photo of a woman by a window. The title said, "Still Here." "I feel like that sometimes," I said. Mark looked at it too. "You're not fading." "I was," I said. That night, I started doing something small every week, one little thing to bring us back. I made his favorite meal. I left a note in his coat pocket. "Still choosing you." He texted me from work. "You made me smile." One Sunday, Mark surprised me. He planned a picnic. "I remember our second date," he said. "You told me you loved picnics." "I still do. I forget things sometimes," he said, "but I'm trying to remember again. It matters." I said. We lay there side by side, listening to the wind. When we came home, he placed our old photo album on the table. Want to go through this together? We laughed at old photos. We paused at one from our honeymoon. You kissed my shoulder right after this picture, I said. I remember, he said. It was strange how memory could soften pain, how looking back could lead us forward. Weeks passed. The air between us became easier. He started opening up more, and I shared too about how I felt when he pulled away, about the loneliness I carried. I thought I was doing my best, he said one evening. I know, I said, but your best wasn't reaching me. Is it now? He asked. More than before. Then came the real test. A cold Thursday night. We were both tired. Mark sat on the sofa with his phone. The old feeling crept in, that quiet ache. I walked into the living room and stood in front of him. He looked up. What's wrong? I feel it again. The distance. He put his phone down. I'm sorry. Let me try again. He opened his arms. I stepped in. He held me for a long time. Later, as we lay in bed, he whispered, I see you. I still see you. And I knew then that love was not always loud. Sometimes it was a quiet return, a steady choice, a soft voice saying, I'm here, and this time he didn't look away.